Hi everyone, this is Aditya. So, are you thinking of buying your first house, or you're just recollecting your process of buying your first house or buying another house? So, you're at the right spot. Today, I'm going to walk you through the process of buying a house. So, what are the things will be involved? What are the things you can expect when you're buying a house? I'm going to keep it in 10 steps. I'm going to give it you in 10 steps, a very detailed way. I will do my best to provide value for your 15 or 20 minutes that you're gonna spend on watching this video. I promise you, if you stay until the end, you will definitely get a clear picture of what you can expect in this process, in the buying a house process. So, to start with, the first thing that you have to keep in the first thing you have to start with is why and what. Why you want to buy a house? Are you in 20s or 30s? You're just starting your career. You just want to have a roof under your head. Instead of paying the rent, you just want to save. Or are you in your 40s or 50s? You're already made well enough in your life. You did pretty good things. Now it's time for you to have a dream house. Or you're in 20s and 30s. You want to save rents, and at the same time you want to have some extra income. So you have to figure out what you want in this step. So for me, I want to have a roof under my tower, under my head, and also I want to have someone paying me additional money. So that's why I started to buy duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. For the clear details on those topics, watch out my other video regarding how my duplex is making me money while I'm living in it. So I'm not going to talk about that one here. So that's the first thing. Decide what's your why and what you're going to buy. So now you're clear about your why, and now you have to make a decision of what. So if your why is clear, then it's pretty easy to make a decision what. So if you have decided to go with a basic house, which is a small single family, 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 4-bedroom. So now what is clear? What you're gonna buy? Single family, duplex, fourplex, triplex. So the second step is get a pre-approval from a bank or mortgage broker. So what pre-approval means, the bank or credit unions or any other lender will tell you that how much money you can borrow for your property. So against they are giving you a loan, basically house loan. So if you're buying a first time house, pretty much you can expect, if it is a single family or duplex, you can expect 95% loan to value, which means if you're buying a 100,000 house, you can get up to 95,000 loan from the banks. So if you want to know how much total amount you will be qualified for, then talk to a banker or mortgage broker. I would suggest talk to a mortgage broker because he will have access to many lenders, so he can give you a bit more information. But that's all up to you. It's your personal preference. So if you made a decision to buy, instead of a single family, small multifamily 2 to 4 unit building, then there are a few things that will be considered into your qualification process. So ask your broker, if you're looking for a small multifamily unit, ask them for more details about what if the property makes certain income and what's your income, how much, based on that, how much you will be qualified. Just keep in mind, don't forget to ask more questions the mortgage broker, so he can give you a clear picture on how much you will be qualified for. So first thing, you know what to buy. Second thing, now how much you will be qualified for. The third thing is, so now you have to make a decision. Yes, bank said that you will be qualified for 500,000, Now it doesn't mean that you're gonna go and buy 500,000. Maybe it's not, you will be qualified, but that's not what you want. So be clear about how much you want to spend on your house. If you're clear at this position, at this point, it will save you a lot of time and money in the future, because when you're negotiating, when you get in more in detail in future, it will save you time. So be clear on how much. Have a limit. Let's say if you want to have only a month 1,000 to 1,500 expenditure for the house set aside, then ask your broker how much you will be qualified for, how much amount you need in order to pay $1,000 monthly rent. So what does that mean? Let's say if you have 100,000, has my previous example, 100,000 mortgage, then your monthly payment will be somewhere between, a ballpark would be 500. So based on that, if you are thinking to spend maximum only 1,500 a month for your house, that means you will have utilities and other expenditures, so that will be costing somewhere between 200 to 500, depends on how much usage. So let's take a maximum number 500, and then the mortgage another 1,000, which is for 200,000 mortgage. So now you're at 1,500 monthly expense stage. So make sure, third point is, make sure, set a limit, minimum and maximum. Let's say minimum is 200 and the maximum is 300. So now stick to that. Don't go above that, because there are many people out there. Let's say if you're working with an agent who sees that a beautiful house which is for 500,000, but your budget is only for 300,000. Now if you overstretch your limit because you like that house, but it doesn't fit your why, it doesn't fit your budget, still because you fell in love with that house, so you're trapped. So just be careful, stick to your plan. Have a minimum and maximum limit. Just tell the agent only about your minimum, don't tell about the maximum. Just keep it in your list. So third point, have a minimum and maximum limit. Okay, so fourth point is, now you know why you want to buy a house and how much you will be qualified for, and how much you want to spend on your house. So the fourth point is now where you want to buy this house and what type of house you want to buy this house. So which kind of community you want, and which kind of, if you're buying a single family nice beautiful house, what type of, if you have a kid, then you want to make sure which schools you want to send your kids to. So where is that where is that desired location that you want to buy. So fourth point, make a clear decision on which location you want to buy. Maybe make 1 or 2 or 3 locations, so that sometimes there might be best schools in 2 or 3 areas. Sometimes you have a friends in that particular area. So have a clear picture on which location you want to buy this house. If you want to buy a rental property, then make a location. And don't worry, at this point, if you don't know which location to buy, that's okay. I'm going to cover that information in the fifth point. So make a clear picture on which location. If you're not clear about it, don't worry, stick on to that. On the fifth point, find a realtor. So here, realtor plays a major role in your journey, because he's the expert who is helping you, right? So that's why you have to make sure you're working with the right person. So my tips in order to find the right person is talk to your friends, family who have purchased the house before you. Give them a call, ask for whom they worked with previously. If they are happy with them, try to get information, try to get referrals from your friends and family or colleagues or whoever. Try to get at least 2 or 3 referrals. Now start, book an appointment with them and go and talk to them. Ask a bunch of questions. Find out who is genuinely interested to help you to get what you want. rather than just to sell what they have. So and also make sure whom you have that flexibility, whom you like the most. So go with your gut feeling as well as with the right, asking the right questions, figure out the right qualifications that does the agent have. So that's the fifth point, figure out the right agent. So now with coming back to your fourth point, if you don't have a clarity on your location, now it's time to ask the agent about the details of specific location and specific type of property you want to buy. Because sometimes if you're a first time buyer, even when I bought my first duplex, I literally don't know anything about type of properties, anything about locations, because I was always living nearby university. That's all I know. I don't know any neighborhoods. I don't know anything about what type of rental neighborhoods there are. So here, that's why I say agent plays a major role. If you don't know anything about all those things, then talk to the agent. Mostly a qualified and knowledgeable realtors, they have a clear picture on the neighborhoods, which neighborhood is meant for what. What I mean by that, some neighborhoods are specifically for specific. I have a neighborhood that I know in Windsor, which is Tolbert Road. There is a school which is close by, where most of the Indians prefer to go there, and there is another school where many Arabic people goes to, and there are many different neighborhoods, each specific region or a different origin people like to be there with their own community. So, and also there are certain areas where it's most of the area is rental neighborhood. So you have to find out about that. So step 5, get a good real estate agent. Combination of step 4 and 5, you should be in a position by this time to make a clear picture, make a clear decision on which area you're going to buy and what type of property you're going to buy and whom you're working with. So now we are going to step 6. So step 6, ask your agent to set you up automated emails. So I think I don't have to say about that, but anyways, if he's the right agent, he will set you up right away with automated emails for your desired location and for your desired type of property and for the amount that you want to purchase for. So you will start getting emails every day. So now it's time to analyze the properties, start to analyze them, and then ask your agent to book the appointments. First couple of weeks, start viewing as many properties as possible in your desired location, because that will give you an idea. Sometimes you want, maybe when you're talking to your agent, he might say that a raised ranch are popular in that particular area, but when you looked in person, you might not like it. So that's why go keep viewing multiple properties. Then you will get an idea. You will be in a position to make a right decision for yourself. And also, when you're viewing the properties, make sure you watch around the neighborhood. To make sure you talk to the neighbors if possible. If possible, talk to the neighbors. Find out more about how they like about the neighborhood, how they like about the area, and if they know anything about the property that you're buying. Because neighbors will have little bit more information. And don't just bias on one person information. Always try to verify, get more information regarding the property, regarding the location. That's a very key important thing. If you're going to buy a house and if you want to stay there for 15-20 years, then you have to know more information. Don't be rushed in this particular, at this particular time, at any stage of the process. Don't be in a rush to buy. Always stay calm. Just stick to your things that you made decision earlier. Just stick to it. Only very few situations there you might have to revise your requirements that you set, but most of the time just stick to it. Because now you already started to view the properties. You have viewed bunch of the properties. So 7th step is now time to make offers. So if you are in a hot market, the tip I'll give you, it's my personal thing that worked out for me. As soon as you view the property, make an offer, make a conditional offer. Never ever, if you're a first time buyer, my personal suggestion is never ever make a conditional without a condition offer. Always make a conditional offer, condition on inspection and condition on mortgage. Yes, you might say that you already got a pre-approval on the second step, but hold on, that's just a pre-approval. I'm talking about the actual approval for the particular property, because the property might not qualify for the, let's say if a property you're interested in, they're asking for 400,000 and you're willing to offer them 400,000, but the banker says that I'm not going to give you 400,000 for that. In my estimation, that property is valued only at 350. So I'm going to give you 95% of that 350 only. So then you have to come up with that extra 50,000. So you will be in trouble. So if you're a first time buyer, I strongly recommend always have that condition. So step 8, from here on, you have to be more tentative. You have to be very, very involved in each and every step, to be very careful. That's what I mean. So 8th step, now let's say you made offers in your 7th step, right? So now you got accepted for your offer. So what does that accepted offer means? You said you want to buy this property, 400,000 property, for 380,000, and they said yes. So they will forward you a document. It's an offer, accepted offer, saying that now you're ready to do your inspection and a mortgage. So by this time, if you have your mortgage, if you have your mortgage person ready and your inspector ready, then you send your inspector, you book an appointment with the inspector to view the property and do the inspection. That's the first step in the eighth step. First thing to do in the 8th step. And the second thing, you submit all the documents to the mortgage person whom you opt for to work with, and he will give you the final confirmation on the property, if it qualifies for that amount or not. So they will give you a final commitment for your mortgage. And the inspection report, so this too might take you maybe somewhere between 3 to 5 working days, or maybe 6-7 working days, but hardly you should be able to get this 2 steps done in 3 to 5 working days. So if your conditional offer is conditioned for 7 working days, then by that time you should be in a position to make a decision whether yes or no. Or there might be another case where your inspection report came back and says that there are some defectives that might cost you. So at this point, you can go and talk to your agent. So keep in mind about one thing: always ask. Don't just assume for yourself, because it's a new process for you, right? So always ask your agent. So now your inspection came back with a question mark. So now you want to know, you just ask your agent, I figure out that inspector said that the house has this particular issues. So now agent will, if he is a good agent, he will be negotiating with the seller. He might either bring down the price, or he will ask the seller to fix the things, or he will give you some other alternative, or you have to give up on that property. So, and the second thing is, your mortgage person come back. If he says yes, we are good to go, you got the commitment for that, awesome. Or he might say that the property appraisal came back for 380 only, but you are offering them 400. So you have to come back with, you have to pay from your pocket those 20,000. So in that position, you should be in a position to make a decision. Either you pay that 20,000, or talk to your agent, ask him to go and negotiate with the seller saying that, you know, appraisal value for that property is only 80,000, 380,000. You cannot pay 400 for that one. So if the seller agrees, awesome. But if not, then you should be in a position to either give up on the property or, you know, take the property, pay that additional 20,000. So now at this point, you will be making a decision either to move forward or to drop off here. So now if you drop off, you start the process all over again from the step 1. Of course, you don't have to do the step 1 and step 2 and step 3 and step 4 and step 5. You just start, you continue with the step 7, which is viewing the properties. You'll continue to view more properties. That's good. And my suggestion is never ever take a step back. You know, never ever feel bad to take a step back, because if it is uncomfortable for you to go ahead, if you don't like it, but if you just want to buy for the sake of agent, don't do that. Just say that, you know, this really doesn't fit my criteria for so and so reason. Be clear. They are also human beings. They will understand. If they don't understand, then you have to change the realtor. So and be always genuine. Just don't hide things. Hooray, you're almost there. So 9th step, you have to get an insurance for your property. First insurance, I would suggest also get some referrals for the brokers, insurance brokers, rather than, you know, some big banks or big companies. Rather than you going directly to them, find out some local brokers whom your friend suggests. So there are many advantages. You can look on Google, find out what are the advantages of using a broker. But it's your choice. Get an insurance quote, get a final insurance for your property from the closing date, has a start date, and set up the utilities and other closing related information. Just follow the lawyer's guidelines in this stage. So lawyer gonna drive your vehicle at this stage, and in this stage, if lawyer comes back to you when he's doing the title search, if he finds something or a non-title search, like, you know, any work orders or anything, if you hear back from your lawyer say that there is something wrong, we have to discuss, then your lawyer and involve your agent, so they will find you the better solution. If there, let's say for example, if there is some kind of work done in the property which is not a certified way or not a safety, it's not according to the code, then that has to be addressed, so that, you know, seller might give you some additional cash to do that in a legal way, or, you know, you might be able to get some kind of compensation on that one. So always ask questions and follow their rules. So with that, 9th step, if everything goes well, on the closing date, officially you are the owner of the property, and congratulations for you being an owner of the property, and congratulations for sticking patiently with the whole process until here. Congratulations, congratulate yourself. So the 10th step, which is the most important step in all these 10 steps, is celebrate. Take your wife, you're married, take your kids if you have kids, take your family if you have a family with you, or take your friends and go have a party after closing, after you have the keys in your hand, because you went through so many things. So congratulations for being a owner for your first property. And with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you really got some valuable information from this video, and, you know, these are all just the process that I came across. I'm not a legal guy or anything. I'm just sharing my experience. I'm just sharing the steps that I went through, because I bought like 5 properties so far. So and I made like tons of offers on many properties, and I went through many. I have backdrawn on many properties. So I had some enough knowledge to talk about it. So that's why I said, many of my friends have been asking me many times about what are the steps involved. I used to tell them each and every step here and there. So I thought, let me help everyone by giving a step. So I really hope this helped you. And if it really helped you, please make sure you leave a comment below saying what you liked in this video. And if you purchased your property by following the steps, please make sure you leave a comment. And if you think something I said in this video is not correct, also make sure you leave the comment, because I should know what I don't know everything, so I should know what I don't know. So I'd love to hear on that one too. And thank you very much for watching. If you really love to hear more information, useful information regarding house purchases, investments, anything related to having a life, then make sure you subscribe to the video. Thank you very much for watching.